Hi guys, and welcome to week 2 of our distance learning. Today's lesson is about numbers and the value of numbers. We've been looking at counting. We've been doing it by rote, which means you're counting just off the top of your head. It's a fun activity to do where you can just count out loud to somebody and see how far you can go without making a mistake. But for today, we're actually going to print those numbers. So you'll need a pencil and maybe a pencil crayon or something of a different color, and you will also need a piece of paper of some kind. So you can go grab that stuff now. I've got my dry erase board because it's just easier for me to use. Like I said before, I have my eraser, and I'm going to use a couple of different colors of dry erase markers today. Hopefully you can see them. So first thing I'm going to do on my piece of paper, and for me this is my dry erase board, is I'm going to print the numbers from 1 to 10. So that's 1, 2, all the way up to 10. And I want you to put a little bit of space between your numbers, okay? You can go ahead and do that now if you like. I'm just going to do mine really quick here on the dry erase. And it doesn't really matter if you keep them all in one row or whether you do 2 rows, but make sure you spread them out just a little. So I've got my numbers 1 to 10. I did them in 2 rows because I thought it'd be a little bit easier for me. Now, we have our numbers. Make sure you do them the right way. Make sure that 6 is pointed the right way and the 9 is pointed the right way. And that 5 too. Remember, that 5, he looks a lot like an S, but he's got straight. He's got a wide awake body, and then he's got that hat on top. So here are my numbers. Now we're going to talk about the value of those numbers because like this, they're just numbers, right? And so in class, we talked about numbers and we talked about showing you numbers. So our first week activity, we had maybe moms or dads or brothers and sisters asking you, show me 5. So you could show 5 by doing 5 and 0. You could show 5 by doing 4 and 1. You could show 5 by doing 3 and 2. Or in our class, we do 3 and 2. So that's a nice way to break down 5. So this shows you the value of the number, how many there are, because like this, it's just a number. But we want to give it some value. So what I want you to do is under the numbers that you've done, or beside them on your paper if there's room, I just want you to draw dots that show how many it is. So for me, mine are going to look a lot like a die. On a dice, there's dots, and it shows you the value of each number. And so Mr. Dyer is just quickly doing some dots here to represent the value of each number. There is 1, 2, 3, and 4 I've done so far. And you can see, I know it's the right number because I can count the dots. 1, 2, 3, under the 3. And we're going to do that all the way until you get to the number 10. The number 10 is going to have a lot of dots. So don't do your dots too big and not too spread out. Make sure they're nice and close, okay? Once you get to 10, you're finished the activity. That's the value of the number. I want you to look at that because that's how many they could be, okay? All right, good luck with your activity, guys.